Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Bitcoin price prediction based on Elliott wave analysis. And starting on the daily chart, we are looking at our bull cycle toward the upside with our channel taken from the wave 2 based on the wave 3 as an acceleration channel, and of course looking at our wave 5 breaking this blue corrective channel and entering the acceleration channel very nicely as is supposed to be, and of course to range around this midline for the acceleration channel. After this, we are looking for a correction kind of for wave 4, of course, because we probably have several 1-2s here. And you have a wave 4 where the wave 4 has range around the lower part of this acceleration channel without touching it, of course, and then moving toward the upside impulsively again for one more final wave, taking the all-time high as a wave 5, probably one of these 1-2s. Now again, the price action is moving again toward the downside correctively, of course, probably, and touching this acceleration channel lower part. However, it has tried to move for higher again, but it has failed as well, and of course continued to move toward the downside, and currently still ranging inside, of course, this acceleration channel, but very on the border of this lower part, and it is of course very close to break this channel. Breaking this channel meaning, of course, we're getting out of the acceleration channel, meaning there is no acceleration for the price or for the impulse anymore, and the impulse might have a finish, of course, and we are looking to a bear market coming next, of course, as a scenario. Now, on the daily, the count, of course, possibilities in case we're gonna break this and moving toward the downside, the possibilities that we saw anyway this weekend were, of course, many possibilities, but there is only few of them that they are high, with high possibility, and that is, many of them are much more less, right? So we have probably the highest possibility in the bearish that we have finished, of course, a bull run. And that means finishing a bull run here, meaning is this counting exactly? And where you want to count, of course, after a bigger W, X, and a Y, your wave Y has finished in triangle. You have finished 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, of course, to finish here your impulse. 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for your white count to finish your most impulsive wave 3, and then a correction for your wave 4, and an impulse for your wave 5 to finish, of course, this bull run in the white count for a wave 5 completed. And this means, of course, you are starting to look here for several 1-2s. It is true that these 1-2s now are a little bit more choppy, but still working perfectly in case we are bearish on the 1-hour chart, where we saw, of course, 1-2, 1-2, and then another leading diagonal and formation of a wave 2, and probably continuation toward the downside with a massive wave 3, 4, 5, 4, 5 to close our CME gap between the 77 and the 80,000 for Bitcoin. Now, another possibility, which are the most highest in the bullish, is of course to get a wave 5 impulsively as a triple 1-2s. And of course, but to get to this, you need, of course, to finish at least one of these scenarios, right, to finish a correction for a wave 4 first, yeah, WXY, sideways correction for a wave 4 in the yellow, and this is the highest possibility in the bullish scenario, meaning on the daily, if we are in the bullish here and we are looking for highest possibility for a wave 5 as an impulse, you would like to finish this wave here as a correction, W, X, and a Y somehow, yeah. And of course, this cannot be really finished very simply like this internally as WXY, because this wave here is not a finished impulse and also is not a finished structure and not even a finished zigzag or a flat or a triangle. And probably you are looking for WX in the top, and your wave Y has to finish one more leg toward the downside. You have two scenarios to finish this correction. Whether you take the low or you move sideways, of course, in time. If you want to take the low, you have to take it, of course, in kind of WX and wave Y as a zigzag or as a flat, or probably it can be, of course, ranging sideways as a triangle. So this is the highest possibility, of course, to move towards the upside with one more final wave 5. However, it is a very necessarily to mention that, of course, the wave 5 cannot really move very high and higher than this lower part, of course, or mid lower part of the acceleration channel. And that because, of course, yeah, the momentum has start, of course, to change for this impulse. So probably 120K or 125K is the maximum price probably that we can get for a wave 5 in case we are still bullish. Now, what is the highest possibility between those two bullish and bearish scenario? Is it the triple 1-2s or is it the double 1-2? Well, if we can take a look here at this wave 1, which is considered in a triple 1-2s, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, you can see that this wave 1 is not looking really like an impulse. It looks like an A, B, and a C, of course, 3 waves toward the upside, followed by 3 waves down and 3 waves up to finish, of course, probably this triangle where we can see clearly a very nice WX and Y finishing a wave Y in a nice triangle. And your wave, of course, 1 can be considered anyway from this area or from this area because you can finish as well your wave Y in a flat here and start, of course, your impulse toward the upside 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for a wave 1, 2, 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and a 5. So it doesn't matter wherever if you have finished your wave Y in a triangle or in a flat. So what matter here, of course, is that you have double 1-2s. And of course, yeah, for the triple 1-2s, it is of course still possible, but however, yeah, this wave give a little bit less possibility than the double 1-2s because of the characteristic of this wave, which it cannot be really impulsive. Now let's take a fast look at the 1 hour chart. On the 1 hour chart, we can see, of course, here that our bearish scenario is still unfolding since the last week, where we have probably one an ABC for your wave 2, and then you have finished a big impulse for another 1-2, and probably here you have finished a contracting leading diagonal for lower prices after an A, B, and a C as WXY, and it looks like, yeah, it's very curvy movement here for Bitcoin toward the downside. Very interesting. So yeah, be careful with it, of course. We might be, of course, as well on the bullish scenario as well. You know, this can be reading as well as a long sideways triangle. So we have to be careful also with it. Where you have finished WX and your wave Y is a big triangle A, B, C, D, and an E. Probably, of course, finished soon, probably, and then continuation toward the upside. So we have to be careful from this because, of course, an A, B, C, D, and an E can finish, of course, this as a triangle, and your wave 4 can be finished considered. Yeah, and based on the W time, yeah, your wave Y should be finished and moving toward the upside. So if you are bullish, you should have, of course, a move toward the upside from now. That was it for Bitcoin. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments. See you in the next one. Bye bye.